Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. To go with my Norfolk single malt behind me, and you'll note it says the English because that's what they named the best number one global awarded best single malt whiskey in the world. And this one comes from Dartmoor single malt whiskey. Great taste, 22. It's got one of the best ones there, the Spirit of Dartmoor. Right, so again, if you spend money when you're living locally, which is exactly what I do, I won't buy any of that foreign muck. I've been out on the moors today. Yeah, hold up. Wearing my hat just to make sure you're all aware. Right, there it is. Look. Just to make sure, don't confuse this hat with any other hat, right? This is an embroidered hat, and then it has an embroidered flag on the side. It's designed to last years, and then it says the Constitution is the solution, right? So there you go, people. As a quick shout out to Debbie, my common-law sister-in-law, I will say this. Happy birthday to you. I want everyone out there. Hang on a minute before I do this. Let's click back on here. Right. It's just to show everyone that you are listening. Give me a 5B5. Give me a 5B5. Hopefully, I'm going to put it up on the chat. And we are live. Can you tell me if you can hear me and see me? Give me a 5B5 if you can see and hear me. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget this is mainly going out on Rumble. I'm not particularly interested in YouTube, only because they've took me down so many times for telling you the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Now the camera could cut out because I put it on my main camera because people was coming up to me at the seminar in Bournemouth saying it's the other camera is the best camera. Okay, well I've put it on. But somehow I'm going to find out, or will find out, why this isn't working properly. If it cuts out again, we'll have to go back to the other one. It may even be, it doesn't appear, because this is over Wi-Fi and I need to reconnect it, but I haven't got, unless I can connect that via, I still couldn't do it. I will find a way of doing it though. Give me a 5B5 you can see and hear me. And then I'm going to talk about, again, Debbie, my common law sister. Right, that means common law marriage. It means when you're together without going to a church, etc. Right. So Debbie, it's Debbie's birthday today. So what we're all going to do is sing "Happy Birthday" to Debbie live on the full English show. Are you all ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Debbie, who lives in Devon, right, 5 minutes away from me. Happy birthday to you. And hit the English flag to let her know the English are wishing her happy birthday. So hit the English flag. Don't forget, this is one of the only places you can see the English flag live on your screen, and I've put the chat on the screen so everyone can see it. So hit the English flag for me. Anyone else got any birthdays out there? And again, a pop for light. Don't forget, I need to come round and see you. Let me have a look. Taffy bat. I've been out on the moors today, like I said. I went to Two Bridge somewhere. Then we went to another place. Then we went to some really sort of posh hotel. Didn't particularly like that, but it's full of clocks. And prior to that, we went in the Warren Inn, where they sell real rabbit pie. And I had a rabbit pie. It was quite nice, apart from the bones. A couple of bones in it. You've got to be careful with them bones. They're sharp. Neil56, 5b5, thank you very much. June Gower, Truth Crusader. Juicy and Lucy had a fantastic time seeing Devon Moors at the Rise Above event. So let me just tell you about that. I have got that, and it's actually now connected to, I've put it in there, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you the whole event or show you some of it at least. But you will see me, I think. I'm not even sure if it's come out probably yet. This is the first opportunity I've had to take the card out of the camera and stuck it in. But there's something else I wanted to show you just to make sure. Let's see if this actually, if I can bring this up on the screen. Touchwood will be able to do it. I don't know because it gets a bit funny, this thing. If it's too much on there, let's have a look. Touchwood will be able to do it. Other than that, I'd have to use another bit of studio kit to be able to find it for you. Let's have a quick look. Downloads. No, I don't want that. Let's see if I can find it yet. Entire screen. We need to sound to share audio in a tab. I don't know that base. It says click sound to share audio in a tab. I haven't got anything else on there. Alright, got ya. That's clicking on now. Let's see if I can go on to this. Oh, that's gone a bit weird, isn't it? Let's see if I can bring this screen up here. Hopefully everyone can see this. I can't see if you can see this or not, so you might get a weird screen for a couple of minutes, but that should be what's actually on your screen now. Just watch this. Why isn't it running? Right, hopefully you can all hear me. It looks like it's coming up on the actual main screen. I have got my dead cat on here, but all I'm doing at the moment is just showing you where I am, right? So as I look around here, I'm going to show you where I am. The highest pub in southern England. And they've got a lovely rabbit pie, which I've just had. He's also, I don't know whose car that is behind, but he's got an Audi S3, one of my favourite vehicles. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cross over. Right? I've got all these cars coming at me. I'm going to try not to go arse over tit. Oh, by the way, I've got my walking boots on. Actually, they're hunting boots. I'm not doing much hunting. And then we've got the motorcyclist coming straight at me. There you go. So as I'm walking around, now you can see where I am living. I wish people would tell me whether I could actually camp over here. I think you can. And as you walk along, you will see, hopefully you can still hear me, all of this. You've got coaches pulling up here. My family, who now live down here, are telling me, you look like a tourist going with that camera. There it is. And as you look round, all I'm doing is showing you this pub. And a few people have turned around and said, as we go around, and there's the windy roads. So don't forget, come and give Devon and the glorious revolution of England, a Protestant nation, a visit. See you soon. So hopefully you all saw that. Let me go back and stop the share. Hello. Could you all see that? Tell me if you see that video. What does that say? Someone's just said something about camping and I've missed it. Singing? Who's singing? Good evening, Juicy and Lucy, everyone out there. Don't forget. And then my intention is to sit here, go to them types of places and write my book and my courses to teach you the layman common law principles from a common law person, right? So, in other words, and I mean a real common law lawyer, right? Not associated with the bar, not associated with the solicitors, not associated with the state, right? But telling you exactly what's going on and what your rights are, etc. So I'm hoping I might be able to pull up a little bit of this video. I need to ask Juicy and Lucy, was it actually live streamed on Rise Above Radio? So Juicy and Lucy, if you're out there, have a listen. Tell me if it was actually live streamed. And I have to be careful of this screen going off. Let me have a look. Did not receive. Let's get this back off. I don't want to. So you can all see it. Let's have a look at the live chat. Go through the bottom. Let's have a look. Did anyone answer my questions? Let's go down the bottom again. Campion. Bob Date. Juicy and Lucy. If you did not receive a thing, so Juicy and Lucy, was the conference seminar when I was on, was that live streamed? If it was, can you put the link out to that so everyone knows what it was? No, it was recorded for their Patreon. Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can go and find some of our stuff now. So if I go back into there, we're in this. Go back into there. Go back into there. Go into clip. Now I've got to try and find it. So whether I could find it by date or not is another matter. That's Boreal. That one's that one. I think that's probably the one I'm looking for. I think. I'm not sure. Let me bring it up on the screen a second. And then what I'll have to do is try and find it for you. So I'll try and share it. Let me go back to our main screen. I'll show you a part of it, but I am going to create it and put it on there. Don't forget, that's Dorset. It was in Bournemouth, but they will probably show clips. Their YouTube. I'm English, not British. All right, Tracy. Andy Hippo. Hello, everyone. And then we'll get into the show. But I will show you a bit of this while I'm there. Let me just see if I can see it for you. How did I bring that up before? I'll tell you where we're going to bring it up before. I think I've got to share the screen again, entire screen. Hit that screen. I don't know why that's on the screen. Share. Hopefully you'll be able to see and hear it. And then what I'll do is go back to there. Touch would you be able to see this? Where I was, right? Had all the lights set up and everything, right? One of my old girlfriends comes home. The original flag of England. It's back.
On too much. As you see, we've got the schedule passes everywhere. We're about to kick off our first talk now. It's very varied this weekend. We've had everything from online digital income training, digital mushrooms. We've got really out there topics from Martin Luther and tomorrow. But also, we'd like to keep them real world, useful information that we can use in the real world. Graham is someone we've had this show a couple of times before. Obviously, his bag is the English Constitution. So I said, today, Graham, what I would like you to come and do is the full Monty. The full Monty of the English Constitution. We want the full presentation, all the bells, all the whistles, and all the details. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Daddy Dragon. Please make some noise.
Thank you. Right, hopefully, I've just got to work out where this mic's got to go. Can everyone hear me? There was 70,000 say why that is. Now that talks to me about putting people in 87 foot trains. Well, it looks like the sound is not very good on that, and I don't know whether it's picking up the air conditioning unit or whether it actually wasn't working properly. I did test the sound on it. Maybe it's not working too properly. But we did do a massive element of that, and I was asking questions, etc. They was asking me questions, and we was going through all of this. So just to make sure you're aware, we put the frame up in the back, and then I don't forget we've in effect got 1100 years of constitutional law. But what I do is go through it and show people, because we're told we haven't got a constitution. Then I explain to people we have. Then they look at that, and I'm trying to show the key statutes and constitutional statutes on the screens, right? So on them vinyls, which were designed for standing in the parks, we just transfer them over to there, and obviously they've got to be rolled up as they go into my big massive carry case that we do the seminars with. Put the frames up and put it up there. Then people who say we haven't got a constitution, I say we have. Then they say we haven't got a written constitution, which then I show all of this, and then I show them the books, the two main books, which is Halsby's Laws of England, which is the common law of England, and Halsby's Statutes of England, which is the statutes and charters of England, right? So we go through it and we show everyone. So unfortunately, it looks like the sound is a bit, I don't know if the sound was good or bad for you, but unless it's because I'm wearing hearing aids, I don't know. But hopefully you see all that. Let me stop sharing. So let me ask the question, did that sound as bad to you as it did to me? Because it means I'll have to go through that and see if there's a way of cleaning it up. But if it's the air conditioning unit that was above me, there's not a lot I can actually do about that. The sound is a bit iffy. I may be able to clear the noise off a bit for you, DD. Well, it doesn't sound like it for some strange reason. It doesn't sound like. I mean, it worked obviously earlier on today. I'll have to go back and have a look at some of why it weren't working properly. But it was all plugged in. Hi, Patriots. No notification for YouTube again. The sound is a bit iffy. Yeah, no. Well, there's a number of my batteries about dead. Who said that? Bob D. No worries. Truth Crusader evening. So anyway, it was a good conference, and we had a beer after. Then I done. There was a questions and answers session at 7:00. Right. And one of the guy who was on the panel, I think it was something to do with flat Earth, and then they put the question to me. They just asked me, and they said, "What's your opinion on flat Earth and around Earth?" I said, "It's a load of bollocks." And everyone started laughing, right? So there was one person I think who caught the don't worry, he was from Cornwall. But I do want to just say to everyone, my main issue with people that want to discuss flat or round Earth is that it is a distraction, right? You've got a 1 meter enemy coming straight at you, and all I can say to anyone, what difference does it make to you whether the Earth is flat or round, right? Does it make any difference? So if they said tomorrow, if they said, yes, the Earth is flat, if they told you that tomorrow, does it make any fucking difference to the way you're living your life? Absolutely not. But you got the message to the audience. Yeah, I mean, there was certainly a lot of people turned up to listen to the constitutional stuff. I mean, there was a lot of interest in the constitutional element to it, and I was pleased about that because there was a lot of people there that were very intelligent and coming across some very intelligent arguments. There were some strange things going on with some people, but when I say strange, I don't mean strange as in like stupid. But some of the things that they were saying, they was concentrating on the wrong things. You just need to concentrate. Really and truthfully, if I said to you there's two books and you need to understand them books. There's only two. They're in my car at the moment. I'll get them out of my car again. But again, these ones, which I will show you, there's much of it, and one of them, some of these I took down there. I mean, this particular book is over 200 years old, right? And this is where Dicey, and I've got another really good, someone again, a wonderful gentleman who's donated books to me before, give me another book, which was Constitutional History of England, and they are really great little books. But what I'm going to do, by the way, this book, I don't know if you can see the name. I have to probably bring it over there. Constitutional History of England, right? Henry Hmmmmmm. He's the person that Dicey got everything from, right? And what I've tried to say to people is, you know, when I've read through this, and there's quite a bit of it, what I'm going to do is piece it all together, but for a layperson, so a bit like the Hamlin lectures, right? So the Hamlin lectures are crucially important. I told everyone out there, I showed them the little books. It's a free resource. They're the best of the best of the best who have created them lectures for lay people. Lord Denning, freedom under the law, right? But people are not reading them because they don't know they're there. And you need to understand that they're there. So I'm looking at that camera when I should really, I'm looking at that camera, and the main camera's up there. So hopefully it don't disturb too many people. Is this the better camera? Is this the camera that you like? It might cut out. If it cuts out, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll see where it goes from there. Just like me with a black screen. Sound okay? The edge is an Antarctic circle. Buzz Lightyears has been laugh out like Juicy. Let's have a look. Susan Riley. Good point, Juicy and Lucy. Where's that? Juicy and Lucy. Yeah. But are there edges or infinity? Yeah, right. So again, just to make sure Juicy and Lucy understand this, I ban people on this channel in the chat for talking about it. Not because I don't want to give them a platform. And as I said there, on that evening, I believe it's being promoted as a distraction. Fucking hell, who's that? It's being promoted as a distraction. Nice little vicious dog next door. Probably said a cat. Because we don't need the distractions. We're only about the English Constitution, right? If you bring all that up and you get freedom of speech back and you get all this, and we get England back, if you want to have that argument, have that argument. But the 1 meter enemy, is what they're doing to us now. So again, there's quite a bit going on out there. You always sound fine. That's the main thing. It's really important to get your sound right on any of these, right? You must get your sound right. Sound is more important than the visual, because a lot of people listen to these in their car, and they're not bothered about watching it. Although sometimes they do when I bring up certain books, etc. But there was also lots of people there, and I was talking about the slavery, and I asked the audience, by the way, who was there, and it was quite a large audience. How many of you believe you are English rather than British? And virtually everyone put their hands up. I think there was 2 people who didn't. And at the end, I asked the same question. Well, I think one person still said they was British. There's nothing you do about someone who is brainwashed and who won't listen to the evidence, right? People who won't listen to the evidence, and you're actually showing what they're doing. Don't forget the USSR, when they disbanded it in 1990, dissolved it in 1991. That's how Russia come back, and it's now an Orthodox Christian nation. But people don't realise that 20% of their population in the whole of the USSR, not just Russia or everywhere, 20% of that population of the Eastern Bloc still describe themselves as Soviets. And it was because they had 70 years of the Soviet system. Well, our system has really kicked in since 1884 with the Fabian Society. Before that, in 1860. Before that, when it really started going pear-shaped, was 1815. I've sort of dated back the first moves to destroy England from 1815 onwards. Obviously, you've got Karl Marx, who hated England with a vengeance, and he's got a tomb and he's buried in Islington in North London. So people have started to see it. Did anyone see that the United States of America is now designating the Muslim Brotherhood, and that means Fabians as well because they're aligned with them, as a terrorist organisation? Everyone should have noticed that they've brought in the National Guard into Washington DC, but what you're not being told is they've also brought in technically National Guard military judges, right? Because it's not just the police that are corrupt, it's the judiciary that's corrupt. And I've said in the past, do you remember when I've said this? You've got to remove the judges. In the USSR, they purged. Remember I showed you in the book, the English common law, Halsbury's Laws of England, that you need to purge communists and fascists from any position of power. Well, the position of power is judges, right? And it states it in our law books. It's not me making it up. I've showed you the receipts, right? And that is why President Trump, because he's taking back America, and he has taken back America constitutionally, and they have to go through certain loops to do that, right? So I'm just letting you know. By the way, today I pulled up at a petrol garage, and there was a couple that pulled up behind my car, and they both had the biggest smile on their face. One of them was putting their thumbs up. They either recognised me, or, and I want to make sure you know this, they was reading my sign on the back of the car. We speak English, not British, right? And I think more and more people now, everyone's seeing the English flag go up. Again, I'm just saying to people, protest and non-violent protest is legitimate, right? So if you go out and paint the George Cross, we'll get to the Whiffen at the next stage, right? And there will be a next stage. But it is for everyone to understand that they are English, right? And someone else said to me in a pub not far from here, I went, well, I'm British because my parents were Welsh and Scottish, right? And I said that don't make you British. What makes you British is the British Nationality Act, a legal fiction of 1948 and 1981. And the first thing that you need to do is to void that Act of Parliament, right? And that brings back the nationality. So just to make sure everyone understands this, the reason why you cannot write English or Scottish or Welsh or Irish on any government forms is because it is a government of occupation. And just as the Soviets did, they have removed the identities of people and replaced it with a British identity and opened it up, not just to the Commonwealth, but to the world. That's why you're seeing this so badly. And because them two acts, and it was particularly 1948, British Nationality Act removed a section of our constitution, which was the Act of Parliament 1701, the same Act of Parliament at Chapter 4, which says that the laws of England are your birthright. The reason the 1948 British Nationality Act is so bad is because it removed from the Acts of Settlement of 1701 there was a protection mechanism for our culture and our nation, and you could only be in any position of authority in this country. That means judges, police constables, MPs, lords, etc. You could only be in any of them positions. You could only be a mayor. You could only be a councillor, etc. If you're both, right? So both your parents were English, right? So you had to be born of the English parents or the dominions of England, right? And the dominions of England are not the same as the colonies, right? And once you understand what they've done, and we already went through that in 1708 with another law, and it was argued against. It was brought in, and in 1711, Queen Anne abolished that law because it was destroying England. So just to make sure you understand this, yeah, give me a follow on X, which is English Exit, and hopefully everyone will get there. If you can give me an English flag, for some reason I might have to shut all this down again later. There's some other bits and pieces going on in the background which I don't want to discuss at the moment, but I am going to be chatting to a few people, hopefully, and we'll get some more bits and pieces out to you. So today I've been out on the moors all day. Right, it is bank holiday after all. There was lots and lots of people there as well, which there's not as normally as many people, and there's nowhere to park around here, by the way. When I come back from the seminar in Bournemouth, I had to park right up the road somewhere, and then I checked the next day, there's nothing there, and then I've been slipping back. I've just got a parking space a little bit further down, but I want to unload some more stuff from my car. So just to let you know, quite possibly milking it. Let's have a look. Apop Hollit, how you doing? So don't forget to email me again. Or I think I've got you on WhatsApp, Apop Hollit, right? Don't forget to contact me. So I think I've got your address somewhere. I think it's in my little book or in my wallet, and I'll pop round and say hello. But we've got to start very soon on building up. I've got another seminar to do in Essex on the 28th of September, I believe it is. So we're going to be building up with the seminars. There's more stuff that I want to do with the seminars. And when people come along, I need help setting up and then taking it down. And then if it's done in a structured way, it's easier to do the next one. And I was really grateful to 3 or 4 people that come, including Juicy and Lucy, and my friend from Dorset. I think he's from Dorset. Who's donated books, etc. His name will pop up in a screen in a minute, and his sister came along, and I was really, really grateful for all the assistance that I was given. And he printed out some of our leaflets, and we was giving our leaflets out to people, etc. I can tell you again from that seminar, most people were, when I say most, I mean 99% of the audience was very, very positive. That's what we was talking about. So just to make sure everyone understands that. Hamlin lectures again, Juicy and Lucy's putting that out there now, really important. Stop listening to all this bullshit on the internet. Go and read the proper lectures from Lord Denning, who did the very first one. Fantastic. It's called Freedom Under the Law. All right, and he explains you to everything you need to know, gives you all the old cases in there, but he is talking to lay people, not to solicitors and barristers. That's what they're designed for, to talk to you, right? And all I do, in effect, is regurgitate this and try and put it in a format that people just understand it, right? Because we used to be known, it used to be said that every Englishman is a common lawyer, right? And all of that is on that other laptop, which I still ain't got working yet, and I need to get it working. So I just want everyone to understand that. And yes, I have still got this other little table, and yes, I've got this humble, but I will be sorting all that out shortly, and then I'll recreate this studio in here. Don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I will do it. But I love this place, right? It does grow on you. I liked it anyway when I was first here. You've just got to get you. There's 2 things you've got to get used to if you lived in the city. One is living in a small town. Now this is a small town, right? And then you've got little hamlets and tiny villages and all that. And I've been out to all the tiny, well, not all of them, but to the tiny villages, etc. I'm going to see if I can show you some of that stuff. I'll probably have to go somewhere else to find it. Let me see if I can go and find it for you. And if I can, I'll bring it up. Let me have a quick look and see if I can find any of this. I think I'll pull that one. Right, I'll see if I can pull some of this stuff up for you. I'm sure they won't mind me showing you some of these. I've been trying to tell them that they need to get some deer miso. They're like a bunch of invalids. Well, they are a bunch of invalids. They've all got walking sticks, which is quite funny. Let's bring that up. And then I'll go through all of this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, Regency. Let me see if I can put this. So just see if I can put these on the screen, right? And we'll go through some of it because I know you are interested in this, right? So I'll put this one up on the screen and I'll pull that one up there. WhatsApp. There you go. Right. So now live, you can see this. Me and my sister outside this absolutely beautiful church, right? That's my twin sister, by the way. And she twisted her foot, right? And I was like, okay. But she pulled it right back round on her own, right? So, I don't know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? And there's me and Jill sitting outside there. That's me looking over the church. It's a beautiful church. I've got to tell you, that is it's almost like a cathedral when you go in. But this particular place is quite famous for a massive rebellion. So there's all the different places that I'm standing there. That was us going out for a walk. You could see that. And there's one other. Let me have a look. See if I can see this. That's us on the bridge. And this is Russell taking the photos. He's quite a good photographer, to be fair with you. He's got an eye for photography. That's a place called the Honey Church. Let me go back on there. There's the Honey Church, right? That's one of the oldest churches in England. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the pews are, I think, about 600-700 years old. They're originals, right? But it's absolutely superb as a church. There's me on the moors with me pint of Guinness and me rabbit pie, with me mega hat on. And again, like different people was having a look at me as I was walking up. Some of them you could tell were city dwellers and weren't amused, but most people were, to be honest. They was quite happy with that. So there's my pint of Guinness. There's me near I think that was the Two Bridges. We went out. There's my old hiking boots. I'll show you my hiking boots, right? So I've got to get used to getting out there and actually walking again. So I'll be out there. And what I intend to do is to get a backpack, my little battery, possibly a little tent, right? And I'll be going across all these different places, and wherever I can jump off and stick a tent up and do a bit of camping and walking and hiking and getting fit again, proper fit again. I will be doing it. And then because I'll have my Starlink Mini, I'll be able to connect that up. And then from wherever I am, if a rabbit comes and says hello, if a bull chases me, you'll get it live. And by the way, we very nearly. What's that one? Oh, right, hang on a minute. Hang on. There's us singing Happy Birthday. Let me see where this goes in. Oh, it's gone pear-shaped. I've got to turn it around. I can't turn it around. Never mind. But we did the birthday cake, etc. Right, so just to make sure everyone gets that one. Did you all see them pictures, by the way? Let's see if I can go all the way to the bottom. Oh. General inquiries. Check out Graham chatting with Mbellum and Crypto Rich. Yeah, I've got another interview chat coming up with EM Burlingham and Crypto Rich. I think that's on the 1st of September. I've got quite a bit going on at the moment, and other bits and pieces in the background. Dan, DD, are you not all tanked out anymore? What do you mean tanked out? Juicy and Lucy, nice pins. Yeah. I prefer the boots though. There you go. Susan, really? Absolutely beautiful. It's lovely out there, I tell you. If I showed you some of the pictures, I am going to download them all. I've got to go and find them. I don't know where the actual photos are. But I took some photos today. But the main thing was to talk about what's going on in the background. You do need to, as much as possible, Operation Raise the Colours, and the colours are England. Anyone who's seen there's a number of pictures coming out all over the place. but one of them was modified slightly, and it is it's out there. It's a great one, and it is I think it's bin the Jack, or what was it? What was the saying? Bin the Jack, bring George back, or something simple. That's exactly what you're going to do. And let me tell you something. They're terrified of the English. There's 32.4 million of us that have been completely ignored. Everyone's now seeing what's going on, and all we've got to do is stand up, right? And by the way, these are the original hats that people are now trying to copy out there, and they've still not got it, right? And again, so we will be putting these back on sale. And it's really important that people understand it's the Constitution that's the solution, right? So everyone, awesome, can't wait to wear it. What was that one? Nice pins, DD. So hopefully you will be able to see with better audio. I don't know why that audio's not come out properly. But I will go and have a look at it a little bit later and see if it's worked out slightly differently. Certainly is heading there, healing atmosphere. England expects, yeah, but England expects you. So raise your English flag, not the British flag. British flag is not the English flag. That's nonsense. Everyone should understand that. You need to be raising the English flag, and whether it's the Whiffen, which is the dragon with two legs at the front and a towel. And there is a story around the Whiffen about what the Whiffen does with its towel, and it basically wraps the truth and protects the truth, right? It's a story I heard and I quite liked it. Whether or not it's a true story, but that is where the Whiffen come from, and it eats fish, not people. And it protects the English. Jules and 67. I was sat in my garden, sun, while the church bells were ringing. Yeah, no, it's lovely. And that again, that other church has got has got some of the original bells in it. So it'd be the old frequencies. Certainly a healing atmosphere. Let's have a look and see anything else. Night owls come up there. Gooner Mum. And Gooner Mum's birthday over the weekend. So Gooner Mum, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gooner Mum. I was going to take the photo, but I won't. Happy birthday to you. Right, so Gooner's mum's birthday at the weekend. She's 60. Don't correct me, Gooner Mum. Free camping, DD. Is it free camping over there? John Aspinall says it's free camping. I missed the church bells ringing. 9 pin, not again, nice pins. I've read that one out. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it is nice. Let me have a look. See if I can see anything else coming up there. Possibly. So again, still not heard nothing from the court case, but there is plenty going on in America at the moment, right? So what they're going to do is take back America, and what I believe is going on here is a colour revolution. The only way that they can remove all the problems. And one of the bits that really bugs me about Tommy Robinson supporting now the Union and not England is actually supporting Pakistan. Pakistan was created by the British. And again, if you avoid the acts of union, and certainly one step or procedure before that is 100% is to avoid the British Nationality Act 1948 and 1981, and all those people who get annoyed because they can't put on any official forms that they are English, it would take all of that away, right? And people need to understand that. Who's out there? Militia 1688. Is that Tony, by the way? Militia 1688. Susan Riley, happy birthday. Juicy and Lucy. Mr. Mark, many happy returns. Any more birthdays out there? Is there? I'll sing some more ones. So again, there's plenty going on out in America, but I do believe there's a colour revolution. It isn't going to harm us. It's going to benefit us in a big way because the English need to rise. And there are a minimum of 5 acts of parliament that need to be made void, abolished, right? Not repealed. The biggest mistake Rupert Lowe makes, and the people who are advising him, who are obviously British, right, is they don't know the difference between repeal and null and void, right? So abolishing something is void. It means that anything that was created under its authority is null and void with it. It was always unlawful, and that's something. And we've reversed engineered many things, and looked at what they've done. And they think we don't know. There's two sections of the English Bill of Rights that should never have been repealed, and they've repealed sections of it. And one of the vital parts that they've chopped and tailed, which was Chapter 2, is you can't even see it anymore, right? But we've seen the original. We know what the original is. The original is still in the House of Lords, and it tells you quite clearly, basically, you can't touch the Bill of Rights. And therefore, if you can't touch the Bill of Rights, Parliament is not sovereign. It is limited by the Constitution of what it can and cannot do, right? And what we've got to do is purge the Fabian judges, the communist judges from our system, which is easy done, right? The Americans are already doing it in Washington, D.C. Then they're taking back their other cities. You're watching it in full flow at the moment, right? And the reason why the other people have started writing and doing everything is because they're running out of money, and they know they've got no time left to continue with their communist coup against the United States of America. And it is a communist coup against England, not against the British. The British are the communist coup. And that's what people are going to find out. And shortly. Again, I believe they sent the FBI in to John Bolton. I did tell everyone that, what's the name? Tulsi Gabbard had expressed not to put any information out to Five Eyes, meaning not the UK, not Canada, not New Zealand, not Australia, that all the information about the peace agreement and the peace negotiations with Russia should not be shared with Five Eyes. That's a big announcement, right? It just shows what's going on. And don't forget, when President Trump, comes to England to see King Charles III, right? Who I believe is already abdicated because he's perjured his oath. That's what the Glorious Revolution set out. It was one of the things that they agreed on, that you don't have to make a formal declaration. You abdicate by not doing or not continuing with your oath. So it's one of the things that everyone needs to understand. Let me have a look and see if there's any other messages. Any other messages? I can't see anything coming up there. Are you all seeing and hearing this, and you're all getting the messages and it's coming through, etc.? Don't forget, sharing is really important. I know it's a bank holiday. Most people are out having a good time. And I will be probably nipping back in the pub. And then I've got to do a load of editing tomorrow and some other bits and pieces. And I'm sure we will be hearing something from the High Court shortly about our case. And then I've got to kick in with that and a few other bits and pieces. But there's some other people that are being harassed at these protests, and that is harassment by the police and harassment by Antifa. It is Antifa that in effect need arresting because they are causing the breach of the peace, not the protesters and not the English. But I will tell every single protester in England, you must only take the English flags, not the British flags. The police represent Parliament. They don't represent, currently, they're not representing us or the Crown. They are politicised to represent Parliament, which is British. There are no English members of Parliament. Even Rupert Lowe is not an English member of Parliament because he didn't declare himself as English. He always declared himself as British, although he's now started to chirp up for the English and understand what's actually going on with our constitution. But members of parliament are there to represent you, not the policies of their political party. So we haven't got policies as such, or we got three of them, but one of them is self-determination. The other one is no usury, which is a Christian policy, and the other one, which is to protect and assist the disabled and pensioners, which is one reason why people like us, right? Because we actually help people rather than destroy them. Susan Riley, unfortunately, most of the old vets defend the British as they fought as the British Army to defend our country. Many of them have changed their mind, especially since they're now being prosecuted. And I speak to many military people who get it in a big way. And don't forget, it's the British that have disbanded and destroyed the English regiments. There was hundreds of English regiments. There are probably one or two left. They've just systematically destroyed them. One of them was the Dragons. It used to be called it was the Dragons. They were Kent Regiment. They used to be called the Buffs. They went into war, not naked, but they went into war wearing leather, and that's why they was. And it was buff leather, and that's why they call them the Buffs. And then they become the Dragons. And again, there's a dragon cat badge, an actual dragon cat badge, and they disbanded that 61 years ago, 1964, just to make sure you're aware of that. Some are seeing the light, Susan Riley. Yeah. Tuesday, we had the most fantastic time at the Rise Above evening, seeing Graham do his thing live, and met the most awesome, fascinating people. There was a lot of people there. I'm just getting back to the Rise Above Radio, just to make sure you're all aware. They had another thing there. You had to wear a green bracelet if you were single, right? So I didn't wear a green bracelet, right? And you wore a red one if you weren't interested, right? So there was a couple there with red, or they was in a couple, but I see quite a few nice young ladies with green bracelets. I thought, well, I should have wore a green bracelet, yeah, right? But they also had speed dating, right? So people kept saying, "There's speed dating tonight. Go on the speed dating. Go on the speed dating, right?" And there was loads of really lovely women in there, but I'm too shy to do speed dating. I've never done speed dating. I prefer speed dating in effect because you're face to face someone. You ain't got all that left right click shit or online stuff where you don't even know who you're talking to or looking at. Do you know what I mean? It's just could be someone completely fake in the background. But I didn't do the speed dating. And I was sitting there thinking, maybe you should have done the speed dating. And I was speaking to some other lovely lady there, and she turned out to come from southeast London, right, Abbey Wood, near from where I lived. And she was telling me what she used to do as a kid. She used to go out digging up, and then she got all this stuff, and then her mum threw it away. It was all ancient. I think she found a sword as well. But then we couldn't hear each other because they put this weird music on. When I say weird, I mean like whatever it was, but it ain't my type of music, and that's when I slipped off. And it took me about 2.5 hours to get home. We had the most fantastic time. It was a good do though. I did enjoy it. There was no negativity. No one was being abusive. One place I went to before, and it wasn't one of the audience. It was another idiot that was in the actual pub that started being abusive. You should have gone in for it, DD. We're all lovely people. Yeah, I know, but it's a bit one of them weird ones, isn't it? If you've never done anything like that before, and believe it or not, I am quite a shy person. People go, "What, you shy?" I said, well, "I've got confidence. Don't get me wrong, but it's different. It's a different thing, and especially when you get to my age." Stop trying to get in trouble, Maria Spoon. You should have gone for it, DD. Why? What's Maria Spoon been saying? Juicy and Luffy How on earth are you both? Let me have a look. Susan Riley. Unfortunately, most of the old vets defend. Yep. See anyone else is out there? Any comments from anyone? Again, there is. I did actually say that at the event as well. There is so much going on. It's very difficult at the moment to try and concentrate on one or two things. But how anyone thinks there is something isn't happening, something is definitely happening. And the only way that we as the English have got to win this. You need Operation Colours, raise the flag, raise the colours, but it must be the English flag. I'm certainly one of them people. I've had enough of these people saying you can't be English in your own country, right? My country is England, not Britain. Britain is an island, right? And once people understand that the acts of union created a political union, not a country, right? And again, if you go back to 1603, you get the common law union, right? That wasn't an issue. What's been the issue is the acts of union and how it has been abused, right? And part of that abuse process is these laws that they've created because they haven't got any English MPs. And by the way, if you read Constitutional Fundamentals by Sir William Wade, Hamlin Lectures, he actually tells you that one of the bones of contentions he's always had with the Union is that the Scots have been overrepresented in that parliament, right? So people need to understand all of that. Andy the Gabby Cabby did a video on you today, Graham. I'll have to watch that. I haven't seen that yet. I've been out all day. I've been out everywhere and doing different things tonight and nip back. I've got no food here. So, tomorrow night, it's meat night. I'll be able to buy some stuff and put it in the fridge again, and then I'll be up and running for a little while. I'm trying to cut out all bread at the moment as well, and I will be back on at one of my fasts, but I'm sort of waiting at the moment, but I'll be back on a fast. And then I'm going to attempt to do a 28-day fast. And then I'm eventually going to get up to a 40-day fast, right? But that might take me a year or two to get up to the 40 days. You should have gone for it, DD. We're all lovely people. Juicy and me, I only want a wonderful future for you both. Maria Spoon, am only playing. Laugh out loud. Andy the Gabby Cabby did a video, Graham, today on English Constitution Party. I'll have to go and watch that. English Constitution Party, please play. Let me have a look. See if I can bring that up on the screen. This was Andy the Gabby Cabby that put that on. Right, let me take that off a sec. Let's see if I can. I can't hit the link from here. I'll copy the link. Hang on a minute. Let's copy this link. Where's it gone? It's gone off the screen again. Let's see if I can copy that. Copy clean link. Let me see if I can bring it up on your screen as we speak. If anyone wants to go and watch this, which is, look, this is the one. Let's see if I can bring that up. I'm not sure if I can bring that up on there. English Constitution Party. Let me see if I can hit that button. Let me take that one back off a sec. Let's see if I can play this for you. And again, there's some fantastic work being done by Juicy and Lucy and others. Right, so I'm going to show this on the screen. Hit the button.
You know, back in America, we would shoot you if you took down our flag. You pussies should all wake up, raise your flag.
Right, let me have a quick look and see. Did you all see that playing, by the way? Did you all see that? Turn your volume up, everyone. What did you all think? Do you want me to play it again? Tell me if you want me to play it again. Juicy says they are shutting the pub down for a refurb for 30 days. What pub? Turn your volume up, everyone. Did everyone hear that okay? Give me a 5v5 if you see it. And don't forget, I can't remember what we're doing at the moment. I have to check which days we're on. There will always be an England. There will always be an England. And England shall be free. I'm going to have to play that now. Right. I do love these patriotic. That's one of our theme tunes when we go out campaigning. When we got the big loudhailers on the car, the old-fashioned way of doing it. That's how you should be doing it. Right, let's have a look. The YouTube. Let me see if I can bring this up. YouTube videos. And we want... No, not on there. Let me get back to this one. Oh yeah, someone sent me this the other day. Did you know that Elvis Presley was a secret... Let me play this. Was a secret Englishman. He's one of the secret people. Right, yeah, let me show you this. Elvis Presley. Someone sent it to me and said, "Go and have a look at this." Oh.
I enjoy the business.
I hear from a lot of people in the press corps that you really are a shy, humble, wonderful human being. Would you agree with that?
Well, I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt.
Look at them English flags. He's got English flags inside his jacket. Someone said it to me. He said, "You know Elvis Presley was
you really are a shy, humble, wonderful human being. Would you agree with that?"
Well, I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt.
Yeah, it is. Right, so everyone should understand that Elvis Presley, right, was a secret Englishman. Yeah, let me send that out. Because people won't believe what I'm actually saying unless you send it out to them. There it is, right? I can't remember what point in the video it was, but I've just sent it out to you. Someone made that AI video, Britannia playing, so I changed the audio and added the end flags. Well done, Juicy and Lucy. That was very good. Red coats will nick you. The red coats are the bad guys, right? It's the Red Guard. So let me go back to this particular. Let's see if I can go back there. I can't even see where it was. Where was our thing? Can't find Elvis. Where's Elvis gone? Yeah, all right, we'll put this one back on, which is there will always be an England. Dame Vera Lynn. There it is. Archive Museum. Oh, fuck off. I can't put that flag up there. It's a disgusting flag. I don't want to see that. Jerusalem. Let me have a look at that. Let me see if this plays. All right. Can you all see this, by the way? Share this tab instead. Tell me if you can see this.
I give you a toast, ladies and gentlemen. I give you a toast, ladies and gentlemen. May this fair land we love so well in dignity and freedom dwell. The worlds may change and go awry, while there is still one voice to cry. There'll always be an England, while there's a country lane. Wherever there's a cottage small beside a field of grain, there'll always be an England, while there's a busy street. Wherever there's a turning wheel, a million marching feet. Red, white, and blue, what does it mean to you? Surely you're proud, shout it aloud, Britain's awake. The Empire too, we can depend on you. Freedom remains, these are the chains nothing can break. There'll always be an England, and England shall be free. If England means as much to you as England means to me.
What does it mean to you? Surely you're proud, shout it aloud, Britain's away. The Empire too, we can depend on you. Freedom remains, these are the chains nothing can break.
There'll always be an England, and England shall be free. If England means as much to you as England means to me.
So hopefully, did you all see and hear that? Let me have a quick look there. Vera Lynn is perfect for making a clip. Elvis has left the building. Yeah, yes. Well, let's have a quick look, making sure you're all getting this. Daddy Dragon is out there. All the clips are out there. Red coats, start smashing this out there, people. Anyone who's not joined Twitter, come on Twitter and back us up, right? We're still being oppressed and suppressed on there. Twitter ain't our friend. And we need to keep pushing this out there. But we are the beating heart of the United States of America. Our Constitution is their Constitution. We exported it. The Declaration of Independence was literally, we want the same rights as Englishmen, because they were Englishmen and women who built the United States of America. and we need to keep pushing our constitution. So I am going to say good night, God bless to everyone. There will be some more bits and pieces tomorrow. Sounds awesome in the boat. Yeah, I know. Listen, I just love England. And there is a way of taking England back. Well, quite strangely, I don't know why, but this camera hasn't gone off. It has continued. So it means that camera is functioning almost as it should. All I've got to do then is work out a way of setting all this up again. So don't forget, I've got to organise a new table and a proper chair, etc. But I will be back tomorrow evening. I am going to slip off and buy some meat and then get back here, hopefully in time. But I'll set the show up and I'll go through some stuff and see what we can do. But again, I need people to share, right? Sharing is caring. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget, right, to like the show. The more you like it, the more people will get out. So it is Monday night. It is a bank holiday. Our numbers are slightly down. I expected that for the simple reason that everyone's out doing their own thing, seeing their families or whatever. Remember, there's only one group of people who are going to save everyone in this country, and that's the English, and you need to stand up. That's it. Good night. God bless. And I will see you all tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. And don't forget what I believe in. There it is. The Constitution is the solution. The strapline of the show has always been make England great again. The strapline of the show has always been England. Right, there's the badge. These hats were made by us many years ago. We do repeats because they absolutely sell out, and they're not Mickey Mouse hats. They're embroidered. They're meant to last forever. New Age Templar, hi everyone. Been moving house. Catch up later. No worries. Paul C. Laters. Good night. God bless to everyone. And don't forget, keep the faith. We are winning. But raise the flag, the English flag in England. There you go. Good night. God bless.